Hello, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the VR Link and episode 40. Today is a special show because obviously we've got a normal bit of news and stuff, but we've also got community manager Daniel Cosgrove from Dreams. How you doing, Daniel? You all right?
I'm good, yeah. How's it going, GT?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for joining us. Also, we've got Nat from 7 Degrees of Gaming
Hi guys.
and Salsa from Salsa Ketchup VR.
Hello.
Thank you all for joining us. Really appreciate it. If you haven't been here before, this is your weekly Sunday VR podcast that gives you and us a chance to discuss some of the latest news, games, goings on in virtual reality. Unfortunately, Dane, get to the job. I can't be with us this week. He's got things going on at home and stuff, so he might, he'll be here when he can. But I'm sure he wants to be here, obviously. Things are going on at home. So I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the amazing patrons and channel members of the channel, whose names are listed below. And if you're looking for ways to support this channel, please check the links in the description. And while you're there, please think about joining our community Discord. So, guys, we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a few bits.
Yeah, we've got a bit to talk about. But first of all, let's give a quick shout out to the people in the chat. Who we've got with this week? Oh my god, it's Robin Schuler. How you doing?
It is Robin Schuler.
Monkified Zombie, how you doing? Who we got? We've got Toby Talk.
TGK's in there.
Oh, nice. Secrets
You got
of.
cold yogurt.
You got cold yogurt.
And we do. We have to mention there was a $5 there already.
Thank you ever so much.
By South Memphis.
V-Tids, how you doing? He joined me in Rec Room the other day and we had a fantastic time. It was absolutely brilliant jumping into Rec Room and messing around with the community. I forgot, like, my belly was hurting from laughing, do you know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. South Memphis, yeah, so he's let me know that there is 0 notifications going out on the channel.
Wow, Robin, thank you.
Oh, Robin, thank you ever so much for the donation. Cheers. I haven't got my my notifications coming up because basically it then brings up everything. Everything comes up all at once, Discord noises and stuff as well. But thank you ever so much for that donation. I really appreciate it. And thank you for coming back. I know you've been away dealing with stuff, so it's good to see you again. Jamboree Beating, how you doing? Yeah, so notification on the channel. All you need to do is go on the bell and set it to all basically at the moment because you won't get any notifications at all. I understand when you maybe don't want to know about every single video on the channel, put it back to just normal. But at the moment, yeah, just notifications aren't going out. I don't know why. A lot of people have told me they've seen a drop in it, and yeah, I've had people confirming that as well. So yeah, thank you.
Of YouTube.
Yeah, maybe it's just because it's on automatic. The robots are like, no, I'm not interested. No
well,
notifications.
they've said that everything's now being automated pretty much for them. So a lot of people are having their videos demonetized and stuff that really shouldn't have their videos demonetized.
Right.
And they're just saying, look, sorry, it is what it is during this crisis time.
Yeah, that's it. Hello, Liam. How you doing? Great Tantrum. Dan Kitty. Apology if I missed anyone. Ian Michael John Cock over on Facebook. How you doing? Identity Crisis VR Candy. Midlife Great Tantrum. Mike Kelly. How you doing? The Curvature of Spoons says Yeet. That is an impressive name. So, Daniel.
Powerful message.
Yeah, man. How are you? And I take it, what was it? Only like a week ago you released the actual date for the game, I believe. Was it? Was it about a week ago?
Yes. Yeah, we announced all that on Tuesday this week during the Oculus Developer Showcase. With a brand new trailer showing some footage from the
Show off the shirt, man. Show off the shirt. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
I can't find mine. I can't find mine. I can't find it.
We dropped it off. We got you into the studio just to give you that one.
Oh no, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't, honestly. I've looked everywhere for it. I don't know. I only had it. I'm sure I wore it on the show afterwards. So it's definitely here somewhere. But yeah, man. So exciting times over at Dreams currently.
Yes. If anyone was actually in the studio, we're down a skeleton crew. We're all self-isolating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obvious reasons. The virus.
But digital world in the virtual world, we can do that.
Yeah. How are you handling meetings and stuff?
Great. So yeah, all of our meetings are still going ahead. I've got catch-ups on the daily with my team. You know, we talk on that just like this. And yeah, it works really well. we're not expecting any delays to the game as a result of it.
Yeah.
Because everyone's just getting at home, knuckling down. It's really good.
Yeah. Sweet. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to do some quick fire news first?
Yeah, let's get the news out of the way and then.
Yeah. The quick fire versions. Yeah,
we'll try to do the quick fire news. Just to let you know, the reason Daniel's here, not just as a host, he's here to answer some questions if you need any answered for Phantom Covert Ops, because I don't know what was in my NDNA. I just read it and it basically read to me like, you can say you came here and that's about it. So I don't know what I can say and what I can't say. So I'm just gonna let him like lead and do whatever he's got to do. But we have got some we've got the trailer, we'll run in a minute and in a little while and look at some stuff. But in the meantime, let's get in some news. Boom! That transitioned so seamlessly. It looked like it worked. So excellent stuff.
Yeah, it did. But you know, like we can't hear it. Everybody out there, they hear it.
Yeah, that's it.
BT hears it.
Yeah.
And we're like, where's it coming? Where's it coming?
I can't hear it. I need to change it. Every time with OBS, if you like put on speakers or headphone stuff, you have to always change your output to monitor it again. So because it's a different source, it's a real pain. So thank you to Nat from 7 Degrees Gaming. No BS today. Basically, I've been absolutely flat out of work, and Nat has put together basically all this news today. So thank you ever so much for that, dude. I really appreciate it.
That's all
right. So rolling up, starting off, Half-Life Alyx comes free with a Vive Cosmos Elite.
You're still gonna buy a Cosmos Elite, man.
Yeah, who is? I mean, that's some serious.
Oh, bless them. Bless them. Do you know what I mean? They're trying.
Yeah, great intention. I like the intention. But let's face it, are you going to go out, get a Cosmos Elite that costs more than the Valve headset, and you still have to use Vive 1s, and you still have base station 1s rather than 2s?
It's no headset in stock, though.
It is in
That's a good
stock.
point.
This is the one thing that.
That's a good
but
point.
then sweet corn's on the shelves, and that's for a reason. Nobody wants it.
Oh,
I like sweet corn as well. I was just going to leave it hanging though. I was like, maybe I didn't know that a lot of people didn't like sweet corn, and I was just going to leave it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's fair enough.
Moving on swiftly.
Yeah. Okay. So, now, you're going to have to sort of talk about this one. The Edge's Half-Life Alyx coverages, including a review of Emerged Online. Now, without diving into it, because I have been doing some extra hours at work because of what's going on, is this what everyone was so annoyed about?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I haven't really looked at it because I don't want to. I want to go into Half-Life Alyx as I don't mind the stuff that Valve have released. I get that that's promotional stuff, and they would have
basically
specifically chosen bits that don't ruin anything. From what I understand, this has got a ton of spoilers in the article. It is actually a proper Edge magazine review. Somebody's managed to get hold of the Edge early and have posted it on Reddit. That's literally all I saw. I haven't read it. I have no interest in reading it. I literally at 6 p.m. tomorrow want to start Half-Life Alyx and experience all the goodness that Valve have decided they want to give me.
Now, when it's Edge magazine, has it got like the exclusive cover and stuff? And does anyone know?
I don't think it's got a cover. It's just the article, and they've got some interviews and stuff as well.
I'm surprised
at
that.
Review.
I'm surprised it hasn't got the main article, or the main cover on the magazine. I'd have assumed that would have been the case.
Maybe Valve didn't ask for it. I mean, a lot of these companies actually sort of say, yeah, if we give you the first deep dive in this particular thing, we want the cover, which usually Edge are like, oh yeah, not a problem at all. Like, I think it was Titanfall 2 they did a deep dive on, and EA sort of said, yeah, we'll give you the first look, but we want the cover. It's a bit like what IGN do. If IGN get exclusive stuff, they kind of plaster their front pages with sort of like first look and stuff like that. So
I remember who saw the Engadget video. Anyone see that on here?
What was that?
About Half-Life Alyx.
Oh, I'm not Right, I'm avoiding because there have been too many spoiler.
It
ones
isn't
out there.
it's not a spoiler per se. It is a terrible way of seeing Half-Life, to be honest with you. I am not going to say any more than that, but definitely head over to Engadget and watch that video and get raged. I think it's their most disliked video ever. I'm sure of it. It's massive, like what they've said and stuff.
Is it as bad as that time that someone from Polygon played Cuphead?
I don't know about that one, but I know Cuphead's bloody hard.
Oh,
What happened?
that was so funny.
What happened?
Well, you know the tutorial that you have at the beginning of Cuphead? You know, to show you the mechanics of doing the game. You know, like double jump and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that was reviewing the game couldn't do the tutorial.
He couldn't pass the tutorial.
God, we've seen that before, haven't we? In VR, probably a bit more. A few times.
But
Borderlands
yeah,
always
I mean,
rings a bell.
Cuphead is to be fair, Cuphead is a proper old school, really, really tough game.
Not the tutorial, though.
Not to get past the tutorial.
Yeah.
That's like when you can't get past the tutorial, you've got to go, I'm done.
Daniel's now thinking, he's like, well, we got a tutorial at the beginning of our game. People can do this shit, can't they?
Yeah. Alexis McGee has wrote, please read this. Water biscuity. It's a type of biscuit. Fair enough, mate. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Anyone else having issues with the stream? Vitas, I'm checking my drop frames and there's 0, so it looks pretty good my end. If anyone else can...
I haven't had any issues.
Yeah, cool.
I haven't. You can see it on my own screen.
I was even running it in the background like an idiot. Right, okay. So, anyway, quickly as well, Half-Life Alyx hype. How are we doing? Because this time, in 24 hours from now, we'll be playing it.
Less than 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours from now, yeah.
Less than 24 hours.
Is it 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. our time?
6 p.m. UK time. I'm literally gonna try and go live 5 to 6. So literally, I'm ready to go and hit play on my Steam account and jump straight into
like
it.
10 o'clock East Coast or West Coast? West Coast.
Pacific time, 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
And then 7 p.m. Central European time, 6 p.m. UK time. I have no idea about East Coast. If anybody from America's here, they can let us know what the times are for there. But it's been a long time coming since the announcement. It hasn't really. I mean, it's only been like 4 or 5 months, but it just feels.
It does feel like a long time. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But I think you have to give Valve all the credit in the world, because they didn't make the announcement until they'd done their Valve time. They actually came out and said that, because everybody was just like, this thing's going to get delayed, not a problem at all. And literally Valve are just like, nope, we've already done our Valve time before we announced the game. All we're going to do is just muck around with fixing bugs and stuff like that. So
I believe Nat said there's an update for Half-Life already.
I've just gone on to my Steam account, because if you have an Oculus Quest and you use the link, Valve or Steam have just done an update to enhance the connection with the Oculus Link and Steam VR.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So what you have to do is you go into your Steam account, go to all your games, and you'll see the little Steam VR logo. If you right click it, you can enable a beta. If you enable the Steam beta in there. And as I say, it'll give you a better experience with the Oculus Quest and the Oculus Link to play the game. So that'll be cool. But while I was doing it, it's actually downloaded it now. There's like a minuscule update for Half-Life Alyx. It's not like a huge one or anything like that. So
good stuff.
Cool.
So next on the list is an Asgard's Wrath update, which is cool, because I do need to jump back into this because literally I'm going to be live streaming Half-Life Monday and Tuesday, because I've got Tuesday off. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah.
The new patch adds localization for French, German, Spanish, Italian, Japanese, and Korean, and also adds a keys found label on the world map to show what has been discovered in each location as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Really do need to jump back into that so soon. I almost just did it for coverage to sort of, you know, show the game and stuff, and then I didn't actually get back to it because things have just happened. Do you know what I mean? A lot of things have happened, but I think we can all agree that Asgard's Wrath is one of the biggest games to happen.
It is, but I'm still searching for a bloody cog at the minute.
JD in the chat has put, "What if Alex is horrible?" And
What?
yeah, somebody, Boy Brown did put in the as a comment, a reply, "The world will end."
It's already ending, so I hope it's not.
The world will end.
Look, there's going to be people out there that don't like Half-Life, Alex. It happens with every game. I remember talking to a guy at work, and he literally slated The Last of Us, which I thought was one of the greatest games ever made.
I agree.
And it's just like, look, some people don't like games. Like, you know, I don't like fighting games. I won't slate a fighting game because I suck at it. But it's like I don't get fighting games. So there's going to be people out there. You know, there was people that didn't like Half-Life. There was people that didn't like Half-Life 2. There's going to be people that don't like Half-Life, Alex. The people I not pity or anything, but it would be that I'm not going to play Half-Life, Alex, because it's a VR game. Even if they've got like a VR setup, I want Half-Life 3. It's like, this is Half-Life 3, guys. You know, who's to say that Half-Life 3 wasn't going to be Half-Life, Alex? And this, to be honest, I would always rather have a developer that is passionate about a project than a developer that is making a game just to make a game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Daniel and his team are really passionate about Phantom Covert Ops, and I want to play this game, but because they're passionate about it. If they're just like, oh, okay, well, we think this might do well and we're ticking some boxes here, the likelihood is that game ain't going to be very good. So, I would always prefer to have a developer be passionate about it. Like if Naughty Dog had come out and said, you know, Last of Us was a one and done game, we ain't ever going to make a sequel, which initially they did say, although Neil Druckmann has come out and said, we've come up with a story that makes sense. And they said, we're going to do this game. I'd have been super excited because Naughty Dog don't make bad games. So.
Yeah. Yeah, man, absolutely. So, next up, where are we? Headmaster. Does anyone remember Headmaster?
I love Headmaster.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? They also done.
It's so much fun.
When was the update for that? They did like an extra update at some point.
I think it's coming soon. I don't think the update is out now.
Oh, I mean,
they're going to do DLC.
There was another one, wasn't there? Like, it added a party mode. Did you ever check that out and stuff?
No, I never did. I don't have friends
for that.
Okay. It was quite a while ago, but yeah. Who we got? Hello, JD. How you doing?
Yeah, I think would that be before Christmas?
What's that?
The Headmaster party mode.
I don't know, man. Let's transition over and take a look at the trailer, and then maybe it's got a date in there.
What is 3274 doing here?
20.
What if they got hurt? Then who would we graduate?
20.
What was that? Carl, you complete... Oh, right.
Yeah, it...
We are back. Oh, what the hell? I know what happened there. Sorry, the news thing was ready.
Breaking news!
The news again. The news video.
He's obsessed with that news.
The news thing was ready, lined up. Sorry about that.
He is
yeah,
obsessed with the news sound thing.
Oh mate, yeah, it's mustard. Yeah, so they are thrilled to announce their first ever DLC expansion, Lost Lessons, is coming to PSVR and PC this April. So yeah, we'll be checking that out for sure.
Yeah, it's a fun game, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for that. What have we got next? This is some quickfire news. Beat Saber has sold 2 million copies and 10 million songs for an estimated 67 million.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm still resisting having to buy the game a fourth time.
Right.
Because I refuse to. I bought it twice so that I could do a mixed reality, because I bought it initially under Oculus Store.
Yeah.
And then discovered obviously Live wasn't compatible. So I had to get it on Steam, and then had to get it on PSVR to see what it was like there. And then still on Quest, I think at this point, this is the bit where they should go, actually, tell you what, we'll do the game core part as a free thing, and then your DLCs is where we're going to make money in the long term. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, they most probably had to pay for licensing, didn't they, for the original content? So
yeah.
On that note, I still reckon that Salsa's probably bought half the copies of Beat Saber that have been sold at this point.
Well, no, I fortunately just the 3, but I'm holding out hope that I can get that 4th one onto my Quest, possibly for free at some point, or at least quarter of the price. I don't know.
I really wish they would. I mean, it's nice. One of the things whenever you play like these new song packs and stuff, there's also that like divisive. This isn't my kind of music, that kind of thing. I wish they do video game music. I know it must be hard to get licensing and stuff, but I seriously think the first game to officially add other games' famous music would be huge. I really do. Because I think people follow gaming music massively. You know what I mean? I think that'd be awesome.
Things might change now with obviously the Facebook acquisition of Beat Games. So at the end of the day, Facebook have got more money than God. So
does God need money?
No, he just makes it.
Didn't they just announce a new DLC this week as well?
Yeah,
yes,
Timberland.
That's Timberland. Yeah, indeed.
And it's actually original
less
content.
Tracks.
Original tracks. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That worried me a little bit.
It's less. It's not as many as you had on the others. I don't know. Was it 6 tracks?
I don't know. All I remember reading is I don't know if all the tracks are original, but I know there's original tracks that Timberland's done. Especially
that's a massive deal, isn't it? That is.
It's a big deal.
That's a really big deal. Yeah.
That's pretty huge. Because imagine like who they're going to get next. You know what I mean? Because once they see that, and he does that, other creators are going to be wanting to be involved. Hopefully.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is look back when they did Green Day. You know, Green Day is one of the biggest rock bands in the world, and they pushed the Beat Saber DLC. What is it? The Game Awards?
Game Awards with a live performance.
Yeah, it was a live performance. That kind of just proved how big Beat Saber had become. It just insane.
Of all the DLCs, like the Green Day one is the one that I bought. It's my type of music. Like, I think one thing that I think from Beat Saber is there needs to be that variety of music, and stuff like disco and Green Day. Those are great steps into that.
This is one of the things that also gets me as well. You've hit a nail on the head. There's a lot of people out there who goes, well, I would love to play Beat Saber, but I just don't get on with the music. And one of the things that you had early on with the custom tracks is you could, if you want to, go and do the classical music tracks, because there was a big scene on classical music. By the way, some of the hardest maps have been done to classical music. And you had that variety there. And it seems like most of the game packs have been down the more stricter dance route. And there is scope there for a lot more than just dance, like more R&B, more this, bit of country, maybe a little bit of metal.
Oh, I definitely want more metal in there. So
yeah, I mean, there is a lot of the world that is very big on metal, and being able to hack and slash with some heavy metal tunes. I know the dog there would just go nuts for some Sepultura, I think, in Beat Saber.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the reasons why songs like Fire and Flames are some of the best best downloaded custom maps, you know?
Yes.
They're fun to play.
Yeah. You played Synth Riders, Dan?
I can't say I have, I'm afraid.
Oh, mate. And what are you going to say? Everyone, I just love that game.
I agree. I do actually I prefer the movement in Synth Riders as well.
I just like the music. I mean, the thing is, I think, like Crab Rave. I loved Crab Rave in Beat Saber. And
GT, you ain't even get paid for this, man.
What? I just, I do.
Next thing we know, GT will be knocking on your door going, do you have a minute to tell you about your Lord and Savior Synth Riders?
Nothing wrong with mate. Synth Riders is awesome.
That's ready.
I'll have some like coloured maracas. I'll have coloured maracas. And they'll be like, no, I ain't heard of that. I go, what about Beat Saber? And pull out sabers. Let's talk about it. Man, what is going on?
Oh, wow.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure other people have took the mick out of me for liking Synth Riders so much, but I do. I love it.
Yeah, well, no, I do agree. I do like it, but yeah, you've got that obsession for that one down.
I just love. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Beat Saber. It's a game of our VR generation. There's no two ways about it. But Synth Riders for me is another go-to, as big as for me, because I just love the music in it. I do. I think it's really cool.
It's very good value for money as well as a pack actually, because
I actually don't remember how much it was now. So
that's the thing. I think it's under 20. It's under £20, isn't it?
there's a lot of songs in there.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, it's like 30 something odd songs, and you're like, that's really good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's I think the problem with buying Synth Riders for me, and I know it's going to upset GT just by saying it, the problem with buying Synth Riders is I've already got that music, the VR music thing scratched for that itched already. I've got Pistol Whip, I've got Beat Saber, I've got, I've already I feel like I've done that.
Yeah.
That brings us on to another one though. You've got Pistol Whip has also got a new track that released this week.
Yeah, Full Throttle.
Yeah, Full Throttle. It's one of the very few that I've had the time to try out, and I'm terrible at Pistol Whipped. I do love it though, because I think as a game it's stylish. It's got that fun feel to it. I can't wait to have enough room to be able to practice it to possibly get good.
Have you completed it on hard?
No, I have not. I struggle on easy in this game, man. There's some on normal. On the Quest, I'm yeah, on Index and like in a PC on 90 hertz, I can do it. In Quest, I mess up.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. That is interesting, man. Yeah, Full Throttle is a whole new ball game of Pistol Whip. Like,
I haven't tried it yet.
It is extreme.
I'm holding off on that for next week. I'm very excited to play that one.
Oh, it's awesome. I really actually like that music as well. I really like that track, but it's weird. So Buck313, he's a fellow streamer. I was watching him play, and pretty much he does a lot of live streaming. That's what he does. That's his bag. And as we know, there's not a great deal of titles that support live. So he does your Synth Rider. I think he's done Synth Riders. He does Beat Saber. And Pistol Whip like a lot, mainly Beat Saber with mods and stuff. But yeah, so he was playing Pistol Whip, and I was like, dude, check out Full Throttle and stuff. And he played it, done it on medium, but I knew the step to hard. It's completely different. It is bullet hell, like literally. It starts off pretty similar, and then you're just like, Jesus, what is going on? It's crazy. So anyway, he was playing it, and he called me out on stream. I was like, dude, do it on hard. And he went, oh, Mr. London, oh yeah, Mr. GT, I'm so hard. Have you done it on hard? He went, have you done it on hard? And I was like, no, I haven't. I failed. When I done my live stream, I couldn't do it. It took me, I done 3 attempts, and I walked away. So I went, yeah, I'll be back in a minute. And I went upstairs and smashed it. So, and he went, and he come back, and he went, you would do. He called me a couple of names. He went, no, you would do, and he did it. He actually did it live on stream. It was really cool. It was quite a.
He is really good at it. Actually, seeing him in real life when he actually does that, and he's like,
yeah,
it's like, whoa, that's pretty intimidating actually.
Pistol Whip.
Because he's quite a big guy.
Yeah.
This is another thing as well. Actually, saying about Liv. There is Liv has been doing some work for the Oculus on getting that integrated into Oculus as well, into the Quest.
Into the Quest, yeah.
So you can take an iPad with AR kit, I think, on it, and then create a mixed reality stream of people that are in their Quest headset.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's cool, man. I couldn't get it to run
Which is-
personally.
Pretty awesome.
I tried my best, but they said there were some updates coming. But yeah, I really tried to get it to work because I've always wanted to live stream with Quest. Obviously, wireless. That's the dream. Is just to be wireless. That's the beauty of the Quest. That's personally why I don't use the Oculus Link very often. That's why I have the Rift S. But yeah, I couldn't get it to run. I kept trying. So the reason we've got Lone Echo 2 running in the background is because it has been further delayed beyond the first quarter of 2020.
No surprise.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
very sad about that, but
yeah, but dude, we got a lot to play anyway.
we do.
We got a lot
We
to
do
play.
have a real lot to play, but it's one of those ones where I'm starved of content to go back in on that game. I want to go back in on that game because it's such a good game. Lone Echo was such a good game, and one of my big dreams from when I was a kid is mostly about being in space and all that type of thing. So when you have a game like Lone Echo that manages to put you in that atmosphere so well, and or should I say that lack of atmosphere so
Yeah.
well,
I know what you're saying.
it's really great, and the movement of it and how the fidelity of it and the graphical clarity of that game is spectacular.
Thing is, if you see a flat image of this or like a video now and think it looks impressive in that headset, I'll never forget seeing my hands as that robot. I was like, this game is like incredible, and it's obviously very well optimized because it looks so good and runs very well, and that's quite important.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, as I've always said, like a delay for a game can never be a bad thing. I'm probably biased, but a delay for a game can never be a bad thing.
No, that's right.
Well,
I think
if it
give
results
the
in
time
quality, when it results in quality at the other end, yeah, definitely, I get that. But obviously, consumers can be single-minded in wanting things,
Well, the thing
and
is,
it just happens to be one of the ones that I really, really want to play.
Yeah, but I think GT's right with the amount of content that we've now kind of got coming out.
We've got loads,
fairly
dude.
regularly.
We're just entering it now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, 2020 is already turning insane, and we really don't know what's coming latter part of the year. I mean, obviously, we know at some point we're going to be getting a game that I'm really excited for, Respawn's Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, which is going to be crazy. You know, yes, we're going to be getting Lone Echo 2, but, you know, what's going to be hitting September, October, November, December? It's going to be something we haven't been told about. And you know, Oculus has really changed tack with what they're doing, because they're now buying studios. Like they bought Sanzaru, which I think when we were discussing when the announcement came that they brought Beat Games, I think a lot of us were kind of a bit surprised. It was like, you know, I think a few of us, what I said, well, Sanzaru seemed a better fit for them as their initial purchase. Well, obviously, Oculus were just like, well, Beat Games we made the choice for. We were already working on buying Sanzaru.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to buy In Dreams. It makes you wonder, would that actually happen? But anyway, we'll never know. So,
we'll never be told.
But Phantom Covert Ops is an Oculus exclusive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's coming to Quest and Rift.
Yeah, excellent. And one of the features I just wanted to touch on, which you've now announced, which I think I said to you would be really cool, and you went, "We've got that," is the cross save. Dude.
Yeah. So it's you can save your progress on the Quest, continue on Rift, and vice versa. So if you have a link cable,
it is smart.
Cable, you can kind of plug it in, and using probably my favorite console at the moment as an example, it's the Nintendo Switch effect. It's the being able to play it on the go and then play it at home with slightly updated visuals, if you have the hardware to allow it, of course. You know, I think that's really cool. I actually didn't know that the team had done that until quite recently.
Yeah.
So is it cross-buy as well then?
Yeah, so it's cross-buy and cross-save.
So that's always a great thing, because I mean, I like that you can do that. Because I've got the PC at home, I can play the higher version. You go out, you know, you let somebody else play it. Let somebody else try something like that as well.
I just want to bring up one point, and I know it's not related to Phantom, but last week obviously we had Anna on the show. After the show went off the air, she did actually explain to us that Pixel Rip 1995 is also going to be a cross-buy title. We didn't get that out.
Yeah, she was disappointed.
So I do want to say that yeah, it is going to be a cross-buy title.
Yeah,
so
because that was in the chat, wasn't it? Someone did ask it in the chat as well. So.
Yeah, and we didn't get that until we went off there. Actually, I do want to ask Daniel: is there any incentives from Oculus themselves to go cross-buy with the game, or is it literally look, they're hands off? If you want to do it, so you purchase both copies, you do it. Is it literally just down to the developers?
In truth, I haven't got the first of a clue.
Okay.
That's something that's handled by people who are further up the ladder than I am. So
Fair enough.
I can't say for sure. All I can say is we're doing it, and I'm really happy that we're doing it from a gaming standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll play well to a lot of people. I think.
Well, Oculus are
definitely.
promoting it very well. I mean, it's been in the store now for quite a while. So yeah, say Oculus are doing doing their little bit, and obviously I assume as we get closer to release, there'll be other promotional stuff. But
It's crossed. Yeah. Sorry, I just want to address JD in the chat there.
Yes,
thank
please.
you for that comment. I'd never considered that before. But I get the feeling
you could dye your hair blonde and be an imposter. Just turn up somewhere. Nice. Yeah, I get what you're saying, actually. Yes. I said it. I didn't really get that.
That's funny.
Yeah. Thank you all for being here, by the way. Thank you. I know notifications aren't working. I'm really sorry. So you probably wasn't late. You probably didn't get a notification. I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know how to fix it, but I will be tweeting YouTube and saying, because it's not just me, there's a lot of other people. But yeah, apparently the way to get around it is to set it to all at the moment. But apart from that, you just won't get a notification, apparently. You just luckily might see us live. So yeah. Hello, Golfer. How you doing? Hello, everyone. Again, thank you. So I've played. So let's go on to Phantom Covert Ops now. We'll do a little bit more later on, but I want to talk about this now. I've played it a bit more on the Quest. I've now played it on the Rift. And as long as people are sensible with what they expect from the Quest, it is very impressive on the Quest, obviously. But on the Rift, it is a pretty big mind blow graphically. It was, how can I put it? Because this game, I believe, was developed for the Quest and then upscaled or graphically done up for the Rift, yeah?
Yeah, so we built, kind of vice versa. So we built it on Rift so that we've got the Rift quality bar, and then we build it backwards from there.
Okay.
So basically, we have it at the absolute highest and then run it on the Quest. If it doesn't work on Quest, then we bring it down a bit more, so that whatever we're doing, we get the absolute most out of the Quest at every level, you know?
Yeah.
Not saying that we've actually had to pull it down as far as I think anyone on the team thought we would. It performs really, really well.
Yeah,
have you been surprised how much you can actually get out of the Oculus Quest? Because obviously when the Quest launched, the big thing was the processor that it had, that it was a mobile processor. So has it been sort of like surprising how much power you've been able to get out of that?
At very least, personally, yes. I don't know about I don't know about anyone else on the team, and I wouldn't dare speak for them. But yeah, I've been personally quite surprised by what we can do on it.
I'm always shocked by the Quest, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that it was a mobile chip that powered it. It wasn't the most current version of a Snapdragon even. It was an older version of a Snapdragon processor. So it was sort of like, why didn't they put the latest processor into the Quest? And obviously it was to keep costs down at minimums here. But yeah, incredible what we have seen. And I think most of the footage that I've seen of Phantom Ops has been Quest footage, I think.
Apart from now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Apart from now.
apart from now.
Oh, there we go.
Do you want me to run the trailer? Do you want me to,
Which one? The most recent one?
I have got, I believe, the most recent
What
one.
is it?
Let me just
Yeah,
check
the
it.
release date trailer. Yeah, let's run that one. Why not?
The release date trailer. All right, man. Let's do that.
I repeat, Phantom 02, this is Command Actual. Do you copy? Stay alert, 02. There's enough of those missiles to blanket an entire country. You're under fire! Get out of there!
And we are missing somebody.
He
Because
ran away.
He's vanished.
He
He couldn't
vanished.
stand to be around.
Where did he go?
gone.
He has.
He's gone silent. He's gone silent.
He has.
He's gone silent. We don't know where he's gone. We presume he's under a pier somewhere.
Yeah.
Just waiting for that right moment. He's hiding in some reeds.
Possibly.
Well, the thing is, I mean, like the gameplay is going to be the same across Quest and Rift.
Yep.
What you're talking about is a graphical difference, which admittedly is going to help with the immersion. But you know, if you've got somebody out there that's only got the Oculus Quest, they're still going to have an amazing experience with this game.
Yeah, I can vouch for that 100%. Just even in that early alpha build that I've played, which I've live streamed as well, there's a lot of thought going into this. When I went there, that's one of the things you realise straight away, that this is a project of passion. There's no two ways about it. There's a lot going into this. Even to the point, you was even talking about the fact that when I was streaming it, you guys noticed it looked quite dark. So you've even addressed that, haven't you, to make it look a little bit brighter and stuff. And
yeah, not so much in the headset, but on the social displays.
On social display, so that when we stream it, which we're going to be doing,
it's not going to be too dark, because it is a very dark game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually going to be buying this on, even though obviously I'm going to be buying the game because, like I say, I love stealth games. You were talking about that you wanted to be in space. I've always wanted to be somebody that come behind you and kill you. So, you know, serial killer would have been a lovely job for me.
You got the beard for it.
Exactly.
The beard of a killer.
Be more epic. So.
The beard of a killer.
Why not? I always used to like scaring people. But yeah, like I say, you know, this looks like it's going to be, like I say, a phenomenal game, and definitely something I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I'm going to be buying it on the Rift, which also makes the streaming so much easier. As I say, to stream from the Oculus Quest is such a pain. It's such a circus. To you know, the amount of hoops you got to jump through to do it, and it's so easy for me to do that.
That was actually brought up earlier in a comment. They did say, someone asked, it might have been Bruno, they basically said, why is there not more people streaming Quest? And we can tell you why. It's hard.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, you've got to work against not just extra bits of technology. You've got to work against extra delays, and you can end up with random delay spikes, and then there are separate audio issues and all sorts.
Yeah, and the mic doesn't work on some games, so I found that out the hard way.
The audio doesn't work, does it? So you can stream to like Facebook, which I would accept. Like, I'm not a great fan. I would much prefer Oculus to build in Twitch streaming at the very least, or you know, preferably YouTube streaming as well. Well, actually, you know, obviously Twitch is what I use. But even like their own inbuilt Facebook streaming, you can stream the video, no problem at all. It looks really good, but there's no audio. Well, what's the point? What's the point of having a stream going to Facebook and there's no game audio? So
yeah, do you know what? Now you said that, I sort of wondered if that's weird.
It is a bit odd. One of the questions I have actually is, we've said obviously now about the Quest, we've said about the Rift S and the PC side, and what about the Oculus Link side as well? How have you played it with Oculus Link as well as just the Rift S?
Is this yeah? So we have support in the game as well. So you're going to be able to obviously, like I say, it's the Nintendo Switch factor. Plug in your Quest at home and play Phantom with Rift visuals on that, which is it's really good. And to my knowledge, that's all already in game, so we can do that now in the studio.
Yeah. The advantage, of course, the Quest has. It's not so much of the graphical fidelity, but it's going to have a darker black in that headset.
Yes, it is a very, very dark game on the Quest. But either way, like we do color balance for each headset, so the experience should be broadly the same.
Yeah.
On whichever one.
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent.
Bruno TNS, thank you. Anyone can ask Daniel questions on Phantom Covert Ops. Hopefully he can answer them. If he can't, obviously he'll let you know, because obviously there may be some things still he can't mention, but we're in a better position than we were a little while ago.
Yes.
Bruno TNS says, is there a plan for a multiplayer mod or a multiplayer? I'm assuming he's asking your game about that.
Mode, I think he means.
And what's that?
I think he means mode rather than mod.
Yeah, I
It
think
would be multiplayer mode, wouldn't it?
And will there be competition leaderboards?
So funny that I actually think I answered this message from Bruno on Facebook the other day.
He's following you around, dude.
I know, right?
He might not already answer.
It's the only thing he cares about. He's going to put it in your mind.
Yeah, right. No, so for Phantom Covert Ops, we haven't. We are doing a single player game. So we don't actually have plans to add a multiplayer component to the game at the moment.
Right.
And don't take that as it's coming soon. No, it's like we haven't got a plan for that. That being said, like we do have the online leaderboard support that we recently announced. So there can be an element of challenge your friends, get the best score, get the best time, get the least kills, or if you're GT, get the most kills, and kind of.
Well, let's just face it. GT's version of stealth is normally
There should be
unstealth.
There should be a trophy.
GT mode.
There should be a trophy for not hitting a certain decibel level when you're playing the game.
That's probably GT though. That sounds like GT.
I'll never get that trophy.
No, you won't. But maybe there should be another one for hitting the loudest that is called the GT Loudness Trophy.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah, just if you play through an entire level using nothing but your AK-47, then that's GT for you.
That's what I want.
That is probably the GT award.
Explosives only.
We got a question from You Got Cold Yogurt. He's asking what your role is in the game.
So I am the associate community manager at Endreams. I am Mr. Social Media, Mr. Community. I kind of am the go-between between the dev team and you guys. So that's me.
That's it. That's
what Endreams is both a publisher and a developer, correct?
Yes, we are. We have our own on-site team of more than 100 people now.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, we have in the past done some publishing as well.
Yeah, because you did the what was the side-scrolling game?
Bloody Zombies.
Bloody Zombies, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
I always liked that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
I
And
like
Shooty Fruity.
that one because I just think it's one where
as well, yeah.
You know, as it happens, I think for the side-scrolling ones, it's a really good example of a side-scroller. I just like it. Yeah.
How long have you actually been working for Endreams?
I started just over a year ago now. So in February 2019, I started.
Right.
So I've been with the studio basically, well, for a good chunk of Phantom's active development.
Have you noticed like a curvature in terms of response from like mainstream media a lot more than when you first started the job?
That's an interesting one.
That's a very, very interesting question. So when I started, obviously we hadn't announced Phantom. I kind of came way outside in May of last year. So yeah, starting having that like 3 or 4 month grace period, I guess you could say, to learn the job was really really good for us.
Right.
But then like I think it was the Friday after we announced the game, we had the team from the Gadget Show come in.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm not sure if you're
Yeah.
for some of the American audience, that's probably the biggest tech show.
Jason
on
Bradbury.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we had Ortis Dealey visit the studio to have a play of Phantom in its early form.
Nice.
And that was very, very surreal. You know, this is my first job in the games industry, so it's very, it was very odd coming straight in and having that, you know, and having the.
It's always weird seeing someone on a TV and then meeting them. At the end of the day, there is something quite strange about that for some reason.
Yeah, for sure. It's even more weird, like seeing like our game director on the TV after being like sat next to him and having chats with him in meetings.
Oh right, yeah. So the reverse.
The next week, seeing Lewis there guiding someone through, and like, oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
The same thing happened at E3 actually when we Lewis was on the stage with Jeff Keighley on the YouTube live stream. And I was like, oh, there he is.
I know him.
He's just spoken at GT the other week, and now there he is with Jeff Keighley. That's awesome.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's a really surreal experience, but it's one that I really enjoy. I absolutely love doing what I do. It's great.
So let's have a look at some more questions. Thank you very much. Dan Kitty says, have the team tried your VR with Phantom Ops?
So no, we haven't. I actually had to look it up when I saw that come in chat. We haven't tried it, but after I've seen it, I am now very tempted to start like pushing.
You'll have to tell me what it is. I don't know what it is. I assumed you knew what it was.
So it's like a recliner chair that kind of rocks side to side. And lean back, play VR in it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I can't say we have tried it. But obviously everyone's at the studio for a very long time. So, or potentially for a very long time, we don't know.
We'll get some yaws in.
Replace everyone's seats with them.
That sounds really cool.
No, but seriously, we haven't had a try of it yet. But I'm going to give that a bit of a link to the team, just to get a judge of opinions on that.
Yeah, can you talk about the thing that I spoke about and we saw in there?
I know what you're talking about, and if it's the big thing, the answer is no.
Okay, right. Okay, so moving on.
Let's move on from that. That's the tease.
There are too many ways that could be taken on any chat at any point in time.
Well.
There is Go on.
So that is the thing. But GT knows what that is, and I'm being very careful. Like this whole time, I've been thinking to myself, if he says that, this is a bad time. So make that clear. No, we do not talk about that thing.
I'm super careful, man. I'm super careful.
No, you've done really well. Cheers.
Great Tantrum says, is Covert Ops exclusive to Oculus, which we know at the moment, but is there ever a chance of a possible PlayStation release, as in PSVR, PSVR 2 or something?
I would not get your hopes up for a PlayStation release. It is an Oculus Studios title. So, you know, we are making the game for Oculus. It is coming to Quest and Rift, and not anything else at the moment.
Nice.
But that's not at the moment. It's just coming to Quest and Rift. It's not coming to anything else.
Superb. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm sure Tantrum's thinking about getting a PC anyway, and
Bruno's asking, saying about the game, we need replayability and challenge, but surely that's where the leaderboard side of it comes in, you know, to try and do better than what you did before. So it's a bit like, you know, like Beat Saber in any rhythm game. It's like, okay, I need to do better. It's like, okay, I got through that game, but I killed 5 people. Can I get through the game killing no people and stuff like that? So I think the replayability definitely sounds like from what Daniel's saying is definitely there.
Well, I wouldn't actually worry too much about that. Alongside the release date that we announced this week, we also announced that we've got a free play mode in the game. We've got a cheat library, so you can play the game with some cheats on it, which kind of change the game in some really interesting ways. We've got multiple difficulty levels, and the big announcement from us, other than the release date, is we've got challenge maps in the game as well.
Cool.
So that should should probably answer Tantrum a little bit there. That we have really taken the idea. Oh, sorry, Bruno. Sorry, my apologies.
Bruno, yeah.
We do have. We've kind of gone out of our way to make sure that the game is a full form game. We don't want it just to be I can play this campaign once and now I'm done.
That also comes into things like Mighty Quim VR Realm on how long is the game in general. So what's the sort of rough estimate of how long someone would be playing on a single playthrough
of the campaign? So
yeah, the campaign, not anything else extra, just the campaign side.
So truth be told, I actually don't know. It's been a while since I played through the game, but it's not just a 2 hours and put down game.
Which is why you have the ability to save your place off and still go back onto your PC and pick it up where you left off there, and then go back to your Quest and still pick it up and leave off where you left off.
Yeah, I mean, we showed GT at the studio. I think we showed him the opening level, and that took him about 45 minutes to beat the opening level.
You watch, people are going to be like, I can smash that. But to be fair, tell him.
So everybody out there, if you get quicker than 45 minutes, you've beaten GT.
But tell him why.
In fairness, GT played it really well. He was playing very stealthily.
Thank you.
I did have to guide him quite a lot, but he played it very stealthily.
He could have left it. He didn't have to go that far. But yeah.
We know what the deal is, GT. Come on.
Like we say, so our goal is that we've got our goal is that we do have longer form levels, and we do want it to be like a real full factor game. We don't want it just to be this small thing that you can play once and get rid of. We want it something that you keep going back to play more.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. And I, to be honest, that is exactly the impression I got.
And also thanks to Shat79 for the $5 donation.
Thank you ever so much, Shat. He said he hasn't been well this week. So he's been in self-isolation, but he's coming back out of it. He's not sure what he had, but he says he's starting to feel better. So that's awesome, dude.
Great Tantrums had to leave. He said bye. So
see you later.
Great Tantrum.
See you later, dude. Take care.
Hope you feel better soon, Chats. Sounds a bit rubbish.
What's that? Sorry.
I said it sounds a bit rubbish, so I hope you feel better soon, Chats.
That's it, man. Hello, Scottish. How you doing? Yeah, Boy Brand said it's a good roadmap. It is. I just haven't got a picture of it at the moment. He did send it to me, but I haven't downloaded it.
That's a lot good.
Yeah. I might have it. I might be able to get it up. Artful says, yes, Metal Gear in a canoe. Yeah. Kayak. His camera shook when he shouted then. It was like, serious. Shats, thank you.
Kayak, everybody, I'm so angry.
Thank you ever so much for that donation.
Triggered. Kayak. It's canoe.
That must be one of the things. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it's that stealth game. You know, sort of, have you heard of Phantom Covert Ops? Yeah, it's a stealth game in the canoe. That's a kayak, man.
That's it. Dan Kitty VR says, was Daniel into VR before he joined the studio?
No, actually, I wasn't. It always had that, like, I want to play VR, but I never actually had a headset because I kind of came straight out of university. So I never had the money. But my first actual sit-down, properly play it VR experience was a very, very early demo of Phantom at my job interview. And the second I played that, I was like, oh my God, I want to get into this. This is awesome. So nice. Yeah, like I say, it's going to be it sold me on the experience, that real immersion, being sat down and playing, but not feeling like you're pushing sticks, you know? It was great.
Yeah.
This is also comes into something Bruno just said, actually. Did you try play Phantom Covert Ops with accessories like a Pro Tube or something like that?
So Pro Tube wouldn't from like we don't have one.
Well, something not a Pro Tube, but
so, like a gun stock.
Something that like a Paddle Pro. I don't know.
The thing with that we found is because of the way that Phantom plays, you do need to be grabbing things a lot. So sure, you can kind of get down and grab your paddles and start rowing like that, but then to transition from that to holding a pistol one hand would be really awkward like that. So it might give you that immersion for paddling, but it would probably throw off your immersion for shooting and vice versa. So until someone can make us like a Phantom Pro Tube, which transitions into like 2 Pro Tubes for the pistol and for the
how about if I'm just guessing because you have a lot that do magnets as well now. So maybe you can actually have a little mini paddle with the bits on the end, so you get the actual weighted bit, and they just magnetize in. So they magnetize in when you go in, do your little bit of paddling with your actual paddle, and then you put it down on your lap like you would, and then you've got your hands.
That's that's an interesting idea. It's I think we're a few years off that kind of tech, but I'm all up for it when it works.
Yeah, somebody out there's got to do that. Who's a wizard with a 3D printer?
I want to bring up a question in the chat by Secrets of. He says, does one of the cheats change the kayak into an inflatable inner tube? That would actually be really cool, mate.
That would be really cool.
Tube. No, unfortunately, I actually need to Google that because I'm not familiar with it. An inner tube being...
An inner tube.
Like
just like a rubber tie, yeah. It's just, yeah. He's never rode a bike. That's all he's saying.
It's an old school thing. It's an old school thing. They do...
it's not that old school.
It does look
They
cool.
do tubeless...
They do.
Tyres and stuff.
There's a rubber ducky in there.
I'll suggest something like that to the team and see what happens.
That's it. You're talking about Wizards, man. Quick bit of news. The Wizards series passes 100,000 copies sold on the Quest, PSVR, PCVR, and Go. So combined. Yeah, and that's the series. So there was a Go version of the Wizards, wasn't there, as well, I believe. There was like the Wizards, and didn't they have like a different version of the Wizards or another name for something? Oh, I'm sure they did. I'm sure there's because you got the enhanced edition, the Wizards, and I'm sure there was another version of the Wizards.
It's a bloody good game.
Oh, I can't remember.
The one that's coming up, the dark one.
No, not because this is released. I'm sure there was a Go version. I could be wrong, but I'm sure there was a Go version. Hey, our Trials of
mixed up with ones.
VR Candy, thank you. It is Trials of Melioria. So yeah, that is another Wizards game that is just on the go.
Okay.
Whew, dear, oh mate, everyone thinks I'm going crazy today.
Well, I didn't have a go, so unfortunately you got me on that one. Well done.
Right, one more bit of news quickly. Sony believes most of PS4's 4,000 games will be backwards compatible on PS5. Now, doesn't that change from the first thing they said? It was like the top.
Well, the thing with the PS5, and obviously we can talk a little bit about it, is, first of all, let me just say, it was a terrible way to reveal it. Now, I understand what they were going for, but the problem is they had, and my issue with it is they had a template set for the PS4 reveal, where they revealed it in the February, and they gave stuff that gamers understood. And then at the GDC, a little bit later, you had like the Mark Cerny thing where a little bit more information come out. I think Sony made a big misstep because they should have done exactly the same thing. The PS4 reveal initially should have been, okay, here's some little technical bits, but not too technical, because like I don't know what a bloody teraflop is, and most people don't. I mean, you could tell me it's a frigging omelette for all I know. Don't care. Tell me what it's going to do in terms of gaming, and then show some sort of like gameplay ideas of what you got, and then you can have the Mark Cerny thing that he did, and it was just a really weird reveal. But to address your point, yeah, when he came out, it literally sounded, from what he was saying, that we've got 100 PS4 games, 98.4% of them will work with PS5, and everyone was like, what do you mean 100 games? Because suddenly that changed the rule book about PlayStation VR working with it.
Oh
So,
yeah.
like, hold on, not maybe Resident Evil.
Maybe
7.
Beat Saber.
Yeah. Maybe Resident Evil 7 is one of the top 100 played games, but hardly any other VR game will be in there. And then they've literally now had to come out and said, listen, actually, the majority of the 4,000 games will actually work with it. So it was a weird.
They got scared, man. It wasn't weird. It was bloody boring. Oh my god.
It's different on that. It's really wasn't aimed at a public audience.
What was the name of it though? It was named something.
Deep Dive.
Deep Dive.
And Deep Dive. To be honest, I'm sure Salsa was just absolutely loving it. He loves the technical stuff, and I was like UGT. I was watching it, and I was and I actually had to watch it after the fact. I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, so what?
Well, that was it.
I was like, this is some really interesting information. I wonder what's going to come from the performance gain of doing the graphics flow and the memory flow in this way rather than that way, and how that's going to offset the number that everybody looks at when they're talking these things, which you already picked up on, which is teraflops, which, because you also had a load of information out there from the, let's see if I can get the number of X's in this correctly, the Xbox Series X, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right number of X's. Why don't they call it Xbox 5 and be done with it?
Yeah, it's not the Xbox 10.
Yeah, it's not the Xbox 10. It's not the Xbox One 10 or the X. I don't know. Anyhow,
I'm very excited for the Xbox and PlayStation this year.
Yeah.
I got my cut back.
You got your cut back.
Oh. But that's the thing. I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat sort of saying it was a GDC talk. I get that. My issue with it is it was the first public thing about PS5.
My issue was I was just a bit disappointed as a fan.
It should have never ever been the first one. If they'd have done like they did with the PS4, if they'd have done a similar reveal to that, but actually shown the console, because obviously Xbox have actually shown the console. I didn't want a price.
Yes.
Don't care about price. If they'd have done the same thing they did that February, what was it, 2013 was it? February 2013 when it was revealed?
Sounds right.
I'm sure.
If they'd have just done that, that'd have been perfect. And then if they'd have done the Mark Cerny talk, no one would be complaining. The reason why most people are complaining is because it is a technical talk. Unless you're a technical guy.
Yeah. But it is aimed at that was the point that it was supposed to be at a technical conference.
I know some technical people who watched it, and there's no who could actually say they didn't want to see this is this powerful, this is what we can do, and then actually see a little demonstration on screen.
Yeah, show
something.
Something
running.
But they've already shown Spider-Man at Tokyo.
No, they haven't.
They showed the load time.
Yeah, but that was like a few seconds. Show the Spider-Man, like the bit where he was explaining, the subway fast travel scene, which I gotta admit, actually, I'm gonna miss because I thought that was really cool in Spider-Man. But you went for fast travel, and literally it was Spider-Man on the subway train. I thought that was friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of gonna miss those things. But it's like, okay, no, show us a little scene, because a lot of obviously Spider-Man's one of the biggest selling games on PS4. Show a 10-minute sequence on PS4 and show it running on the PS5. That's all they had to do.
I believe that what they did with Spider-Man in particular was show a complete swinging section through the city, loaded through the PS4 Pro, and then through the PS5 hardware. And it speeded the game up so fast that it just blistered past. And that was all with the textures and everything loading in really, really quickly. And that's what they're sort of saying about the whole memory thing. It's going to be very, I don't want to go into it too much because it's like, seriously, the reason why Nat didn't like that is because it's heavy loaded geek stuff.
It was massively, and yeah, it was just one of those things, isn't it? You can't help but get excited with someone. Because to be fair, I think when they put it on Twitter and stuff, I know it's called a deep dive. I think a deep dive to me meant they was going to touch on everything a little bit, you know, from an entertainment point of view as well. But anyway, at least we know that's out the way now. They can't do it again.
It was a misstep, but it is nowhere comparable to the Xbox One reveal. The Xbox One reveal will go down as history as one of the worst console reveals in history. That was just so bad. But it doesn't go, you know, even with the technical stuff, it still doesn't go into that sort of level of, oh dear God, what have Microsoft and Xbox done here?
Yeah.
So
Artful.
Secret Sob makes a good point. No fast travel for Spider-Man using the tube in New York at this rate. I think they've shut down the tube in New York at the moment. So
yeah, probably.
It's going to go.
As in London, I reckon that's going to go soon.
I think the whole thing's going to get shut down eventually. You know, there's been talks at my work about stuff actually that I can't really talk about. But yeah, Vetted, Captain Mar is an amazing tune and artful. I absolutely love that. We're not going to talk about Del Mar. Unless you guys want to.
I don't really know enough about it.
I don't really know enough about it. I know
we're avoiding until we know further information.
That is true. That is true. So if anyone's
a good plan.
If anyone's just joined us, Daniel Cosgrove from Endrooms, he's here to answer any questions you might have for Phantom Covert Ops. Come in. Is it June?
June 25th.
June 25th on Oculus Rift and Oculus Quest.
Have we talked price point, or is that not been announced?
We haven't locked down yet.
Haven't locked down.
No, so we don't know yet.
So it's the same as the PS5 in that they haven't locked down the price.
We haven't locked down the price.
That's it. So what games, I mean, are you looking forward to coming this year, Daniel? Because I think you said that you're actually not going to get Half-Life Alyx.
I'm not going to get Half-Life Alyx.
He folded his arms as he said it. Did you see that? He's shutting you down. His body language is going, no. Don't come at me now.
No, hang on a second. Before I get murdered in the chat, it's not
it's too late. Aspin's on you.
I am desperate to play a Half-Life, but I'm not. I won't have access to my PC to play it for the next however long we're in quarantine.
Oh no!
So I'm not actually in down with the studio.
Not in a position to play it.
I'm literally not in a position to play it. I'm living back in Scotland at the moment. I've got my Oculus Quest in the back there, but other than that, I haven't got my gaming PC. I've just got my laptop for work, and that's me. That's me for the next however long.
So your laptop from work is not VR ready?
No, not the one that I use on a daily basis.
Damn.
Yes.
Yeah,
which is why I brought the Quest, because I do want to play a lot of the cool stuff. I'm very much looking forward to, what is it, Down the Rabbit Hole that comes out?
Down the Rabbit Hole.
That is a quality game.
Very
GT, you played that one, haven't you?
I have. I'm not all of it, because when he gave me the key, I'd done the embargo. I thought it was the whole game, so I'm playing it, loving it. Got bit into my mind of right, I understand what the game wants me to do, and then it stopped just as I was like, this is brilliant, and I was like, no.
Left you wanting more. That's good though.
It is good, but do you know what? They offered me to play the rest of it, and I actually turned it down because I don't want to do that pre-release, because it's a puzzle game, you know. And but what they're going to do, obviously, I will get it on release, so with the rest of everyone else, and we will have some keys to give away as well. So, but yeah, I was just a bit like, I don't know, I don't think I need to, because I've done a bit of Gamescom, and then obviously it's come a long way since October or August, whenever Gamescom was, to now, and that was really evident. On the Quest, it looks beautiful, it really does. But more the music and the environment and stuff is fantastic. So yeah,
very, very, very excited for that one, and of course that's coming to Quest as well. So I'm going to be playing that one probably next weekend. But I don't know, to be honest. So yeah, just while we were talking about other stuff like the PlayStation stuff, I actually pulled a few of the questions from earlier that we might have missed.
Nice.
So to answer, I'm pretty sure this was Boy Brown asked this: can you buy steak and kidney pies in Phantom? The answer is no.
What? I actually remember seeing. I remember seeing
that would be classy. Pull up
I remember seeing that.
Steak and kidney
Still
pie.
a pie.
I'm not really a
Yeah.
pie eater. I don't really. Do you know? I've eaten them,
Heathen.
obviously. Huh? No, I don't mind.
Heathen.
What? I don't mind them.
I'm-
Boy, Brown, we're
I'm
getting to that.
always
They've
like,
gone off topic. I was
maybe a
going to
bit
do
of
that.
Pie mash and liquor. You
I
want
love pie mash.
to go along, make some pie mash and liquor at some point?
You knew I'd like that. You knew I like pie mash. I love pie mash and liquor. So
Of
absolutely.
course, you got to love pie mash and liquor.
I like that.
Who-
That's
who
when I like
doesn't
pies. I don't really like pies. Like if I go in a fish and chip shop, for example, for those in this country, I won't ever buy a pie. I don't think about pie. That's
I like cherry pie.
You don't.
Yeah, I love cherry pie. I love fruit pie. I love fruit pies, just savoury pies. Oh, actually, pastry I'm a big fan of.
Come
You're
on,
wrong.
come on,
I think you're wrong.
you gotta love all pies of all types and descriptions. But coming back to something else.
What
that
about a
is
cow
less-
pie?
Oh,
Cow pie, of
Oh,
course.
Desperate Dan.
Desperate Dan, yeah.
Come on, Desperate Dan.
When I
we
was a
could do
kid,
that.
Man dreams.
I remember watching read. I used to read Beano and Dandy and stuff. And yeah, a cow pie. I remember the revelation when I realised that it was just beef pie.
Yeah.
I know it had a whole cow in it, but it was beef.
There was something else here that I saw. I think it was from Artful.
I think we're looking at.
Oh yeah, Artful was saying, anybody heard anything more about Facebook Horizons? And basically the answer to that will be no. And unfortunately, that's because anybody using the alpha is under a NDA.
NDA.
Sorry. So NDA. So we're not going to hear anything much about that. And of course, with everybody self-isolating and stuff like that, Horizons kind of looks like the type of thing that you need at the moment. So it's a bit annoying on that sense that we haven't heard a wider thing about it. But
No, that's it, man.
there you
Well,
go.
on the note of the social stuff to keep people out and going, it's one of the things I think we're doing. Touch wood, we're doing so far quite well as a studio since everyone's kind of disappeared off to work from home. Is we're making sure that we want everyone to still feel like we have an office culture, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
like
Just without the fresh fruit.
without the fresh fruit, unfortunately.
Never seen so many bananas when I went in that.
Right? We
When I
get
went in that
that.
studio, and I love a banana. I was like, wow, that's a lot of bananas.
It's a lot of bananas. Yeah, so we've got like everyone who plays it's got their Animal Crossing IDs shared with each other, so we can all visit each other's towns and have a bit of a visit there. We've got a Minecraft server set up, so we can all socialize through that. It's and we're doing like meetups in. I think we're doing VR chats at some point. So bring everyone together in really unique ways.
I
And-
feel like what we're doing now is getting people together, though. I think
Yeah,
things
exactly.
like this is, something you're all sharing. That's what it is, sharing, isn't it? Having a conversation, sharing moments.
Yeah. A couple of the other questions that I might have missed. I can't remember who it was that said this, but the question was, have you played the game yourself? And in general, what type of games do you really enjoy?
Oh, that's cool.
So have I played the game myself? Yes. The game's actually on the Quest up there. So yeah, just humble brag. But yes, I make sure I play Phantom quite regularly to make sure that
Totally.
make sure I'm playing the game so that I can
Talk about it.
I can talk about it, and also more importantly, so that I have an excuse to play the game, which is a big bonus. But yeah, so I do that. And the second part of the question was, what type of games am I into? Throw me pretty much anything, and I'll probably have a good time with it. I'm quite open to most games, but like my top 5 favorites would be Zelda Breath of the Wild, Resident Evil 4, Batman Arkham City, Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Arkham City, was that the last of the Batman games?
No, so that was
That
the
was-
second one.
Second
Second
one.
one,
Yeah, yeah. I actually think
Yeah,
my
Arkham-
favourite one is the first one out of them all.
Arkham Asylum is brilliant.
Yeah. But
And the actually on the note of those, we're really lucky to have some of the guys in the studio and then Dreams worked on those. One of our game directors is he was the lead city designer on Arkham City,
yeah.
which I didn't actually find out until I was down the pub with him the week that I joined and was having a chat. And he had, so what's your favorite games? I went, Arkham City is one of my favorites. I love the way that the city's designed. And he went, "Oh, thanks for that. I made that one."
That's
So
mental.
that
That
was
is
it was
crazy.
a real, oh wow, the game.
Yeah.
Cool. And Snake Eater is the other.
Best Metal Gear game, yeah.
Best Metal Gear. Well, Metal Gear 2 is good as well.
Metal Gear 2. I didn't actually play Snake Eater. I know.
Oh,
I never got
you're
round to it.
chastised for that one.
I think when
Don't know
it
what
come
you missed.
out, I was too busy being out. That was my time
Yeah.
off gaming, and I was,
Yeah, sure.
That'd be my time off gaming as well. I played 2, didn't make it to Snake Eater, obviously.
I smashed
so-
2. I loved that.
I think when Snake Eater came out, I was probably too young to actually appreciate it. And
What was one on the PSP?
Portable Ops.
Yeah.
Oh no, Peace Walker.
Peace
No,
Walker.
Portable Ops came out on the PSP as well.
Oh, right,
I actually came across the in Snake Eater the boss fight you have with the end. Well,
you can kill him by just like leaving the game for 2
yeah,
weeks.
but the thing is, I actually didn't know that, and I kept getting killed by the end, and I actually stopped playing the game. I got so frustrated, I actually stopped playing the game, and I went back to it 2 weeks later. I was like, okay, fine, let's see if I can actually beat him this time. And when I loaded it up, it died, and I didn't know that was actually a possibility. I was just
genius game design.
yeah,
like
I was just
I
oh
love
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
What about your favorite game? So what about your favorite VR game so far? Your best VR experiences so far?
I like a lot of different things for very different reasons. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners for the personal interaction is spectacular. I love that game.
What is your completion time of Saints and Sinners so far?
Of Saints and Sinners, I've got it down to 2 hours.
2 hours, dude. That is. I haven't managed to go back to it yet, but that is good.
Yeah, you can kind of bypass like half the missions in the game by. Again, I'm not talking spoilers because I don't know. I know there's a lot of people on your channel who are PSVR or Quest, so I don't want to spoil it for them. But there's a section of the game where you can skip half the missions in the game if you perform an action, which is quite interesting.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so a couple of other
Actually,
questions. Oops, sorry.
Coming back to one of the other things that's happening, obviously, at the moment, and we was talking about communication and different things like that. This has gone on, keeping a community together, especially at these times, you're getting involved. And one of the big things that has happened recently is a lot of sporting events have closed. So you are not on. One of the great things that's happened on the sim racing side is, like, say, for instance, F1 is shut down, but they had not the Aussie GP, and tonight they had not the Bahrain GP, which actually has F1 drivers against sim racing drivers on
cool.
F1's official channels.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Which is unbelievable. So you have like the likes of Jimmy Broadbent going against real life F1 drivers.
Oh wow,
which is insane.
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's an amazing thing, and it's not just happening for F1. It's happening for a few different ones there. Of course, Assetto Corsa Competizione. That, of course, is GT. Everybody likes it when I say that, apparently.
Do it again. Do it again. Mufasa. Do it again.
Competizione.
Yeah, that's good.
Right. So you have, like, because those events aren't running, you've got the actual race drivers who are out there playing that against the sim racers. And it's really changing up the field a bit because you're not quite sure. The real life drivers are a little bit on unfamiliar ground, a little. But, you know, people like Max Verstappen and that, they are actually big sim racers as well. So they do regularly play a lot of sims and VR and all of that. But it's interesting to see how that's changing the esports arena on this.
That's very interesting to know, actually.
Yeah.
So one of the games that we're going to have to quickly run a trailer on is Lies Beneath. I take it we're all still hyped for this.
Yes.
Yeah,
it comes-
looks great.
What's the release date on the Quest and what's the release date on the Rift? Is it the 28th on the Quest?
March 31st on the Quest.
Oh,
and
that's
April
good.
14th, I believe, for the Rift.
That's good, man. That's good. At least there's time for Half-Life Alex to soak in, and then we can move on a bit. So, but yeah, let's quickly transition over to.
Because this is the first full trailer now.
Yeah, that's it. Let's have a look.
Yeah, the head on legs is going to freak me out in ways I can't even
Mate,
imagine.
that looks so incredibly savage.
I am very, very excited for that one.
I can't wait for. As I was saying behind the scenes, I was like, I love realistic looking games, but I think the art style and the twistedness of it, it just fascinates me.
This is something with the audio version. Am I going to be leaving in the behind the scenes speech this week? You never know.
You could do.
Careful.
But what are you guys getting this on? Are you getting it on? That's the thing. For putting it on the Quest first, what would be the reasoning behind that? Because I mean, if you're going to put out the date of the Rift after that close, you know both versions are done. You wouldn't surely take that risk and go, yeah, 7 days later, you can get it on PC. So, what do you guys think of that as a marketing strategy? I mean,
I don't necessarily think it is a specific marketing strategy. I think it's a case from what we're hearing from developers across the board that the Quest versions of their games are just selling a ton more, and I think it's just a case of
that's the priority.
Yeah, let's get it out on the Quest. It might just be that they need just a tad more work for the Rift version, or it's just like, to be honest, they're prioritizing on the Quest. But yeah, the Quest is obviously where it's at the moment in terms of sales. So you could completely understand why developers are focusing on the Quest. If they're selling anywhere near the amounts that they're saying that they're selling, who is it? Somebody recently come out and said they've sold more units of their game on the Oculus Quest than they've sold on every other headset that they've got combined, which is was a game that was on like PSVR, PC, and stuff. I can't remember the game now.
Is that the guy I interviewed?
It might be the Wizards, actually. No, it wasn't the Wizards. It was
a Cosmophobia guy.
It was something like.
I'm pretty sure it was the Cosmophobia guy. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, I get what they're doing. I mean,
Apex Construct.
Apex, yeah.
Was it?
Brown just said it as well.
So what did that? Can you tell me that again? Say that again.
The Apex Construct has sold more copies on the Oculus Quest than it is sold on every other headset combined.
Wow, bloody hell! I did not know that. I'm gonna have to get hold of it, Andreas.
And since that's sort of like a thing that was on PSVR as well, that is a huge thing.
Yeah,
Also,
for sure.
Overtake.
Also, I don't think everyone actually kind of realizes the impact that Half-Life Alyx is going to have. That could possibly be another reason why they've delayed it for the Rift version, because they know that I don't think we've brought it up yet, but it was one of the news stories I sent. The company that follows sales transactions on Steam, literally Half-Life Alyx hasn't out yet, so it's all to do with pre-orders and everything, has sold 300,000 units already before it's even out. So
yeah, you wait till the reviews come
the amount of people that are just going to be obsessing over Half-Life Alyx, because I honestly feel there's going to be a point you're going to play through Half-Life Alyx. I think you said this last week, GT, that you are just going to play Half-Life Alyx just normally, and then you're just going to jump back in to see all the little nooks and crannies. Whereas I'm sort of like the person that is the nooks and crannies guy. I love doing the nooks and crannies from the outset. So I say, I don't think the impact that Half-Life Alyx is going to be taken is why this week, and obviously you saw the trailer pop up, like Paper Beast is on PSVR, and I kind of said yesterday, in some ways, thank God it is on PlayStation VR, because everyone else is looking at Half-Life Alyx. Even what was it? Get to the Chopper, and by the way, I'm sorry if I'm ruining his plan. Get to the Chopper made the comment that he's going to do like a let's play of other people playing Half-Life Alyx. So he's just going to watch people playing Half-Life Alyx and do a let's play based on that. So I thought that was a really cool, fun idea.
He's going to do
what? Right, he will watch you play Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, he better do.
Like you playing Half-Life Alyx, and he will be doing a let's play of that. So he'll be watching you playing Half-Life Alyx, and he's going to sort of do other, multiple people doing it. So he's going to watch Half-Life Alyx as if he was like playing the game, but somebody else is playing the game.
Like commentating on a sport kind of thing.
I think he's just like, he'll most probably commentate on it, because obviously you got to make it transformative. Otherwise, some people can turn around and say, "Well, hold on, you're nicking my content."
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he could like if he's watching you thing, and it's like, oh, why can't GT see this thing right in front of him? What a plonker! So that sort of thing.
Yeah,
I'm only bringing you up because everyone watches your stream.
We have all had that moment. We've all had that moment where we're frozen on screen in a game going, I'm missing something. I know I'm missing something. And you're still trying to talk to the chat at the same time. And the game's going on. And you're trying to answer questions. But you're trying to solve a puzzle.
You can have some extremely awkward moments.
What is it that I am missing? And someone says, why can't they see the button that says, press me, I'm the button that's the answer. And everybody else, is back there going, why can't they see that? Why can't they see that?
Oh, I lose it when that sort of stuff happens, because I'm just effing and blinding left, right, and centre. I did that on the Doctor Who one. I was just like, the thing is, I was trying not to have a go at the developers. And that's why for the majority of it is, I guess I'm just a dumb F fill in the blanks. So, but yeah, I get frustrated for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's always one of the more interesting things when it comes to streaming and playing games. Like, for instance, the games that I'm playing through at the moment on my Switch is the Ace Attorney games, the Phoenix Wright games. And they are quite literally point and click story puzzle adventures. And the amount of times where I've been sat and I going, I am missing something. How can I miss it?
Yeah.
And then I'll just stuck on it for like 10 minutes or something. I'll find it and then just go, oh.
It can sometimes just be the way of thinking, isn't it? It could just be the way you're thinking at the time.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's that when you're streaming it, and then you have the developers actually in the stream at the same time. It's funny.
Oh God.
oh, it's awful, dude. Honestly, I've had some terrible moments live streaming in a game, and I'm like, guys, I've got to quit because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do it. So yeah, we got your 2020 development update roadmap. So let's talk about. Let's go through the stages of this, if possible.
Sure. So yeah, I can kind of walk you through this one. So basically Phantom, obviously we pushed the game back to June at the end of last year, and we thought that it would be a really good time, like now that we've got the release date out, to kind of get a bit more information about what we've done with that extra time.
Yeah.
So so people know we're not just kind of sat around here twiddling our thumbs waiting for the game to come out.
Yeah.
We are actually working and really improving the game. So there's kind of 3 core pillars to what we're adding. There's the pillar 1 is the enhanced campaign, which is we're taking the existing narrative-driven campaign and we are just throwing more stuff at it, making it better. So in doing so, we're having some new enemy types, some new weapons, new in-world interactions, new stealth and detection tools, new and improved cinematic moments, that sort of thing. The second pillar is, obviously, I think I mentioned it earlier, new modes. So that's stuff like our multiple difficulties, our cheats, our free play mode, our challenge maps.
Cheats.
Yes.
It's a cheats library.
Cheats, as in, obviously not going to spoil the kind of cheats in the game, but think back to stuff like GoldenEye or
Grand Theft Auto, where you could spawn the tank.
Big head, big head mode confirmed.
Oh no. I don't even know if we have big head mode actually. But yeah, so think along like classic gaming cheats and some really fun things that you can only kind of do in VR, which I'm really looking forward to people experiencing for the first time.
Yeah, nice.
And obviously the aforementioned challenge maps, which are going to be which I think a lot of people are going to get a lot out of. It gives you that. There's more to play, so you don't feel like you can just put the game down when you're done with it.
Yeah. So when it says multiple difficulties, what are they? What are they? Just easy, normal, hard? I mean, what is it like?
So
and how does it affect the game? Other because in your sort of game, the more I think about it, is you can't just pump enemies into it.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know how much detail I'm allowed to go into about this, so I'm going to err on the edge of caution here.
Yeah.
But yeah, difficulty settings are very much easy, normal, hard, extreme. And they will change the gameplay in a number of ways, of which I don't know how many I'm allowed to talk about, so I'm going to end it there.
Yeah, no worries. Superb.
That's okay.
Superb. And then we got then this is Oculus platform. So
yeah, so some enhancements for Oculus Rift and Oculus Quest. Obviously, we're optimizing the game as well, so it'll run more smoothly on Quest, it'll run more smoothly on Rift, and all that stuff. But we've also got, we've added in the online leaderboard support, so you can time yourself, or you can see your score on each mission and on each challenge map, and you can compete against your friends to battle it out for the best, see who's the best Phantom.
Yeah.
Then we've got the Oculus Link cable support, so you can, that kind of got announced. Well, when was that? That was OC6, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of so that's something we kind of put into the game since then. Obviously, the aforementioned Rift Quest cross save. So again, you have the Rift version downloaded on your PC. You can and you have the Quest version on your Quest. Your progress will carry between the two, whether you're using the Oculus Link support or you're using the Rift S or the original Rift. And of course, unlockable achievements. So you should be able to unlock yourself some nice little, some nice and sometimes quite difficult challenges in Phantom.
Nice.
Yes.
Excellent stuff.
On the subject of achievements, I've just chat back in the chat. Get to the chop, ask, is there an achievement called the Phantom Menace? No.
We can kill someone with the ore.
No, so I wouldn't. wouldn't expect bashing people to death with VR. That's what I'm saying.
That'd be a great idea if you could actually turn that into a double-ended lightsaber.
Game
And it like deflects bullets.
For the Phantom Ore mode.
Can I just bring up something I'm seeing quite a bit in the chat at the moment? It's related to Half-Life Alyx, and that there's an update scheduled, and they're saying that it keeps refreshing itself every 5 minutes. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I think what you'll find that is the unlock.
Yeah, that happened to me as soon as I downloaded it, because I thought, oh, an update already. I just downloaded it, and I clicked it, and then it said this update will happen in half an hour's time. And then it went past that half hour and said another half hour time. So yeah, you just leave it.
Don't worry too much about it. As I say, with the way it's looking, it looks like that's your unlock. So
as long as you've got
don't restart your systems, don't delete the program or anything like that.
What is it? 48 gig, I think, isn't it so far?
It's 48.3 gigs is the size of it, which actually isn't that.
I didn't think that was that bad.
No,
that's quite big, dear.
This quite good.
I thought it was quite good because Asgard.
Sorry to interrupt anyway. So.
Yeah, Asgard's is crazy.
Wasn't it like with the textures 100 something gig or something?
Yeah, when the textures are unpacked, it's like 120 odd gig.
Yeah, that's some crazy sized game.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm just the chopper is. Sorry,
I was just about to say I need to address a couple of things to get to the chopper. Firstly, thank you very much for your compliment. Apparently, I'm such a geezer, which is nice. Thank you very much. Secondly, Star Wars, best pun that I've heard all day. I might steal that one.
Nice.
Damn, you got to there first. I was wanting that one. It's the Star Wars is great one.
That is
love it.
Top material. I'm all about that one. Apparently, I look young for a 50-year-old.
He says that everyone he likes a lot, he says they're 50. It's just his thing.
Unfortunately, I'm not 50.
Well, don't tell him that, man. You'll upset him. You're gonna have to just go along with it, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm 50 now, I guess.
That's it, mate. A very young looking. He bathes in moisturiser.
And Boy Brown says canoe. You got to put him right on that.
Oh no.
I think Boy Brown says, is there a hidden canoe in the game? No, not that I know of. But I'll try and get a hidden kayak in there for you if you want. I don't know. Yeah, so while we've been talking, I've been taking a note of some of the questions people have been asking that it might look like we've dodged, but that's just because we've been talking about other stuff. So I can't remember who said this. I'm really sorry, none of these have names tied to them. Someone says, so Daniel, did you put the game back 3 months to get a bit of space between Alyx release and use the time to good effect as you've described? No. So Half-Life was announced. It was announced a couple of days before we, it was announced a couple of weeks before we announced that we were delayed, but we'd already planned that in by then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't the Half-Life effect. That's just a happy coincidence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm very much looking forward to Half-Life when I inevitably get to play it around the same time that Phantom comes out, probably.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to VR Candy for when it is their birthday.
Is that tomorrow?
And they are apparently 50 tomorrow, so yay.
Get to the chopper can stalk you now. Happy birthday, VR Candy. Thank you.
Yes.
That's awesome. Have you got cake?
This is the important thing. Have you got cake? And if lacking cake, get pie.
Cake is a lie.
I want a cake now because Mrs. GT does some baking. I'm going to try and get an Oculus Quest cake. That'd be absolutely fantastic.
That's a great idea.
That'd be great, dude. That'd be awesome. So yeah, if anyone else has got any other questions for Daniel from Endreams, we're going to start wrapping up if that's okay.
Sure.
Unless anyone's got anything else to add.
So better say I can just finish off the ones that I've missed throughout the chat.
Yes, please.
Sure thing. So I'll do that, and if any more come through, then I'll probably take them and then we'll dip out. So what were some of the challenges porting Phantom to the Quest? Personally, I don't know. That's not really my department. Some of the other team will probably be able to talk about that better than I will. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's so much problems. It's a different experience. It's the first time we've done anything for Quest, so there is a lot of learning going into it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say there's difficulties as such, if that makes sense.
It's good though, isn't it, that the team's there now?
Yeah, like we say, we've kind of got the system down, so we're very happy with how it's proceeding. It's great. Some other questions. Why June 25th? Because we wanted to release on June 25th.
Yeah, there's no reference.
There's no bigger reason than that. Yeah, we just kind of wanted to release it around then. We reckon the game will be done by then, so that's always a good thing. We don't want to delay it again, of course.
Oh, someone asked the length of a playthrough roughly or something. Gameplay length, I seem to remember. If you can answer that, I don't know.
Tried to answer it, but we didn't really have an answer.
Yeah, I kind of skirted around that one. We don't know yet.
That's cool.
But like we say, it's not 2 hours and done experience.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
That was the if you get under 45 minutes for the first scene part, then you've beaten JT.
On his first time playing it in an early version of the game.
Yeah,
He was
that's
also
it.
Getting advice playing it.
I couldn't hear him. You know, he says that I couldn't actually hear him half the time. I think he had.
Yeah.
I had headphones on, didn't I?
Yeah,
I did, and he was talking. I was like, "Dude, you got to speak up. I can't hear what you're saying." But yeah, that was awesome, man. It was awesome. Have you got any other questions?
Yeah, the other one that I saw in there. Why Phantom has been in the coming soon section for a long time, and not just right now, a few months before it's released. Can't remember who was that asked that. But
can you pre-order it then? Yeah, can you pre-order, prepay, pre-order?
So you can't pre-order Phantom yet. No.
Right.
Yeah, we will. You know,
that would be down to Oculus, I would have thought, wouldn't it?
I would have thought that would be down to Oculus as well. It's just a thing that it was put on. Maybe they put it in preparation for, and then the delays kicked in.
I think they should do that.
Kept it there.
And I think they should do gift cards. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, Oculus Store gift cards. Actually, I see people mention that a lot.
Oh, it's so annoying. It'd work out a lot for me. But...
It would make life very easy to get games to people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so why has it been on the coming soon? It has been coming soon. Just depends on your definition of the word soon. So yeah, like we say, we had it on coming soon when I think it was when we put up the Rift trailer, I want to say.
Right.
In this November. So yeah, it has been we have had it in there for a few months, but like we say, it has always been soon. It just depends what you think soon is. Alternatively, it could be a soon trademark, like you see a lot of people using. So who knows? But yeah, so like we say, it is coming June 25th of this year, obviously. Yeah. So yeah, get out there and add it to your wish list. That'd be a good thing to do.
That's it, man. You got to plug that.
You got to plug that.
You got to plug it. You're wearing the shirt and you got to plug it.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it'll just be if you want to get news about the game, obviously, it'll be the best way to do that.
Yeah, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to check it out. There is one more bit of news that I did miss, but I've now found it again. This is from Upload. Developer Twisted Pixel's next Oculus Quest game isn't a port of Wilson's Heart or Defector, but instead it's an update to its Oculus Go title, B-Team. I've got no idea what this is. This is the first time that I'm about to look at the trailer. So let me get that there. Let's have a look.
Hope that didn't hurt too much.
See you on the other side. Right in the eye. I bet you felt that one.
I didn't even try on that one.
My neural net processor is better than yours, apparently. That's gonna leave a mark.
Not bad.
And there we go, people. That was B Team coming from Twisted Pixel. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? That particular game trailer.
I think as we was going through that, you may have heard some of our thoughts near the beginning, but because we haven't played that, we didn't have the go. I don't think any of us actually had the go, did we?
No.
I've not owned a go, no.
No, so we can't really comment without too much of playing the game. But I think the second part of the trailer, past all of the Catherine Redrock,
Cynthia Rothrock, just go get it right, man.
There you go. See,
mate, if Nat had a large fish, you would have felt that. I reckon straight across your chops.
I know. So past that, it seemed to, I don't know, pick up a bit.
Yeah.
It looked like it'd come off the rails a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. So when it first started, I was a bit like, guys, I'm not sure about this. This looks like I didn't really see the point of it coming to the Quest, to be honest. And then after the halfway mark, like South is saying, I was like, actually, no, this does look like it could be quite fun.
Yeah. It started to become less, obviously it's the B team, so it'd never be the A team, but it started to look like a better version of the B team and less like the D team.
The B plus team.
The D team.
The B plus team. Yeah. Which is a good, significant portion more than the C team, and definitely beats out the D team.
Salsa loves the D team.
Oh, it could be the F team, I don't know, but
Boomer.
Yeah. So.
Come on.
On the subject of B team, I am very excited to see how this one turns out. Twisted Pixel have done some good stuff in the past, so.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, they do some fantastic stuff. Not like I remember the names of it at the moment. Was it? I'll always get it wrong. Everyone talks and nobody explodes. Is that them?
That's not them, is it?
Is that them?
I don't think that's
Twisted Pixel.
Oh no, Twisted Pixel. They done Path of the Warrior. Yes. And what was the other one?
Wilson's Heart Defector.
Do you know I've never played Defector? Was wicked. Did they do Defector as well?
Yeah.
That was fantastic. I loved that. A lot of people like that game. They seem to be a bit like, oh man, Defector.
No,
I really enjoyed it.
Defector was a big downer on.
I loved it.
Me.
I thought it was really good fun.
I haven't played it yet. I bought it, but I haven't played it yet.
So Wilson's Heart.
Somebody got the D team part of this.
Hey, you love the D team.
Who got the D team?
But yeah. Well, South has got the D.
Of course, I mean, you only need one more hit for it not to be bad. That's it. You just need one hit and you're good.
Is that all you need? Is that all it takes for you to be satisfied?
It only takes one hit to bring back the D.
Well, this is the most childish episode of this podcast we've ever had.
You know that. So anyway, thank you ever so much for joining. Guys. Right. Superb. So, everyone happy?
Well, just one last thing. One of the news snippets I sent you for everyone waiting for Half-Life Alyx again. Obviously tomorrow. That are playing it on an Oculus Rift or are playing it on the Oculus Quest via the Oculus link. There's an interesting article. I can't remember who it's by. Literally saying that if it wasn't for Valve and Steam themselves, we wouldn't be able to play games. It is literally only because Valve have actually put in the work while they've been making Half-Life Alyx that we can actually play Steam VR on Oculus. Oculus have actually made no efforts to sort it.
Do you know
what? All down to Valve.
So when I read the title of that, I was like, I don't get this. Like, what are they trying to say? But now you've explained it like that.
Yeah, literally, Oculus have got nothing to do. They've got, because if you actually look at your, if you go into your Oculus thing, it shows as one of the unlisted, Steam VR shows as one of the unlisted programs sort of thing that you have to then go in. literally the only reason that works is because of Valve, because of Steam. They've put all the work in to do it. It's like the beta that I was talking about for the Oculus Link to improve the Oculus Quest working with Steam VR. That's all down to Valve. So, like I say, everyone that does have an Oculus Rift, an Oculus Rift S, or an Oculus Quest, be very thankful to Valve that this game is going to be able to work on our wonderful headsets, and that we're going to be able to experience something I honestly think is going to be truly special.
Mate, I can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be
Except
good.
Daniel, who's going to have to wait a few months. Sorry, mate. Ha ha.
I can't, except I have to wait.
Now I'd be going, I don't understand it. Why haven't I got a press copy of Phantom Covert Ops? I can't figure it out. He seems such a nice guy. Daniel seems such a nice guy when he
I'm not a horrible person. What are you talking about?
Oh, guys. Listen, thank you ever so much, everyone, for being part of the show. Thank you especially to Daniel Cosgrove from End Dreams. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely, anytime.
And being on camera.
Been brilliant.
I know, right? It's I have an actual laptop with a camera this time, so that's always a bonus.
Nice. Last time we just had his lovely voice. Thank you to South of South Ketchup VR.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you to Nat for 7 Degrees of Gaming.
Thank you, guys.
Please remember to follow these guys. I will leave all their links, as in I'll leave a link to Daniel Cosgrove's Twitter, and obviously Nat and Sousa's channel. And especially thank you to all of you, because you make this show what it is. So thank you ever so much. And I hate to say it again, but please remember to reset the bell on the channel to all, or you just don't get any notifications or videos for some reason. But I am going to write to YouTube just after this and try and figure out what the hell's going on. So with the notifications. But thanks, guys. Thank you ever so much. Look after yourselves.
Everyone.
That's it. Stay safe. Stay positive.
Stay safe is a big thing.
Yeah. Stay positive if you can, and we'll be here, all of us, somehow, in some way, to cheer you up and stuff. So yeah. See you later, guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.